right. Good to see everybody here. This is my fourth FII, and it just keeps getting better, and the attendance and the quality of the content is amazing. And I am especially excited to be here talking with you, Scarlett. We're going to talk about creative technologies, one of my favorite subjects, and I'm just going to give a quick introduction on you, and then we're going to jump in. So with me, everybody, is Scarlett Arana. She's a visionary founder who's been focused on the intersection of art and technology for many years. As the creative force behind BitBasel, Scarlett's been on a mission to prove that blockchain, NFTs, extended reality, and AI are not just esoteric ideas for the technorati. They're vitally important tools for everybody who has a story to tell or an idea that they want to express. Scarlett is as passionate about empowering young women in tech as she is about the technology itself. So we are all really lucky to have her here to share with us her vision for how creative technologies will radically change all of our lives in the coming months and years. How was that?
Quite amazing.
Did I get it?
You nailed it.
I mean, I told you briefly when we were in the back room that I wrote it in under 1 second with GPT-4 on the Uber over here. We've never met before. We haven't had a chance to talk with each other. And actually, all of the questions that I want to ask you, it wrote for me too. I'm going to go off script a little bit. It had a few little weird things. Like it actually suggested I end that with let's give a warm welcome to the architect of dreams, the geospatial guru, and the crypto connoisseur, Scarlett Arana. So I cut that out because I was a little. It's true though, right?
Oh wow, that's a little bit too much, but yes, I think ChatGPT knows me a little bit too well.
I mean, I only took it out because I was embarrassed to say it, but I think it really like helps us, I think, frame this conversation. And I want to start with obviously your impression of what technology like this, and I think I'm guessing we're going to be one of 90% of the panels up here that mention this, AI tech in one way or another. But I think for us in particular, this is an area that area, the intersection of art and tech and empowerment of artists with technology. This has been the focus of your life and career. What should we tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are, I think, so uniquely qualified to have a conversation about this?
Yeah, absolutely. This idea of, well, everybody talks about Web3 or the internet. It's actually empowering the creators unlike anything before. For the very first time, creators are being able to express their ideas and their passion in a more three-dimensional aspect, where these creator toolings are actually empowering them to give more of a bigger voice. And we're starting to see this in a very much decentralized manner through distributed ledger technology, where a creator, for the first time, who is not known, can actually be found on the blockchain. These creator tools are actually empowering the artists to express themselves in a different manner that everybody could now share, because we are actually talking about the internet here. So now we're going to be able to have artists express themselves unlike anything before, where I call it a new digital renaissance.
Okay, yeah. So you mentioned blockchain tech in there, and we use this example of AI for writing, but how are these technologies going to come together then? So you believe this is actually about more than just AI for creating content, but in some way decentralizing the distribution of it, or what is the blockchain component of that then?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are reaching a conversion point. The internet is composed of three technology: blockchain, XR, or metaverse, and AI. So these conversion points is allowing artists to actually express themselves in a more three-dimensional. We are a three-dimensional being, therefore, to be able to express in a different matter that's 2D from 3D is what's really empowering the artists. We talk about blockchain distributed technology as NFTs, where artists have ownership of their artwork, their IP, and to be able to share that and to grow their community. I think that was the most important part. Incentivize their community to adopt the technology, as well as to grow their community, which is what the artists really need in order to really build their audience.
All right, let's pull up, because I think you've been actively building communities around the world,
Yes.
and more specifically here in Miami. So I think away from the tech for a second. What have you been doing here? Tell us a bit about your projects, and then let's talk about how the tech is maybe helping you advance the missions of these artists.
Absolutely. As you know, Miami is really a ground zero for the art world and the pillars. We do have an event that happens every year, Art Basel. BitBasel actually came as a result during the COVID, where we wanted to figure out how can we continue to empower these artists, but using more emerging technology. So this idea of we were able to go to Wynwood. For those who don't know, Wynwood is it's an area where they have these graffiti walls. And the artists themselves were wanting to have some sort of ownership. We often talked about how the art, it was very informal, would stay there only temporary, and was very beautiful, but it would be gone within a couple weeks from that. So we say, well, we can actually digitize this, and also you have ownership of your artwork, where you can actually help monetize and grow your community. So that was a really good use case, how during the time of COVID, where we were helping empower these artists of having ownership. We actually started with the Wynwood's walls and how they were able to be able to scan it and have a preservation of their IP on that aspect. So it was really exciting to see how through art, people were now learning how to onboard as a palatable entry point for Web3.
So is this something people can really see now? And is this, you're saying that the art in Wynwood is what? It's there and available for people to visit and.
That is correct. So for right now, you actually can go and with a QR code and scan and has the enhancement layer. You could either see it as an augmented reality, or it actually goes to their personal auction house. So this idea of like not only, as well as a metaverse aspect, so you can actually obtain this artwork and then actually put it inside a metaverse or a 3D interface of the internet. And that could be an exhibit to any metaverse of the artist choosing. So you have this digital artifact, and you can now present this into any metaverse. So that's really more empowering, because we could see it on any metaverse at the same time, allowing the audience and the artists to really expand and grow their community.
All right, I'm going back to AI for a second. What are the implications of this for you, for your artists? Tell us about the future that you see from here, and are we looking at something that is ultimately empowering, creativity, eliminating? What do you think is going to happen?
So AI, of course, a lot of people are afraid of it because it's not well understood. But in reality, it is a creator tooling, and allows the AI and the machine learning aspect to really be able to amplify their story. It is a tooling, so it's really up to the artist if they choose to use AI. So it's not as simple as, let me pop up an artwork. It actually takes hours, or if not days, to come up with an art piece that may be AI generated. It still requires human beings to insert their vision of their artwork. So it's not completely autonomous in the sense that you don't need an artist to just generate art. It does require that creative ability where for the artist to really come home with what they envision as their creative expression. So now we're having AI be able to, with all these creative tools that are coming out, really enhance their storytelling. So I'm really excited where this, and we're very early stages in terms of AI, meaning like the creator toolings that are coming out is now being converted with metaverse and also with blockchain. So in one day we're going to be able to create a metaverse with AI. So that's something that is in its infancy style, and also be able to enhance using this technology.
Okay. Well, we are amazingly out of time already. So, Scarlett, thank you so much. Thank you all. And we'll look forward to seeing everything you're doing real soon. Thanks.
Thank you, everybody.